Do you have a cockatiel and are looking for cage setup tips or inspiration? Check out this video for loads of them. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am David and today I am excited to share with you our new cockatiel cage setup. If you watched my unboxing video a little while ago, that's what I was alluding to, that's what we were doing. We decided that our cages need an upgrade for both the conures and the cockatiels. If you want to see Sophie's setup video for the conures, do go and check it out on her channel, it's very entertaining. But anyway, for this video, I'm going to be talking about how we decided to set up our cockatiel's cage. And there's lots that goes into it. It's a lot of personal inspiration, so when you're doing it, you can add your own flourishes and touches, but there are some things you want to keep kind of similar and some benchmarks you want to hit when you're setting up a cage. Now before I get started, I just wanted to say a big thank you to Northern Parrots who provided us loads of toys for both cage setups. It allowed us to do so much extra that we wanted to do with them and they were very generous. We do love shopping at Northern Parrots, and while this video is sponsored, they are a shop we genuinely shop from and did even before we had any sort of sponsorship arrangements with them. We really genuinely like them. There's sales coming up if you're not aware of that special time of year, and also if you are a first time shopper there, you can just sign up to their newsletter for 10% off. It's well worth it. Now remember, when you're setting up your cockatiel's cage, try and keep in mind you want it to be less of a cage and more of a bedroom. That means lots of space, and that's why we decided to not go for the TheParrotTeachers anymore. They're not the best really for the money, and we now go for these Tech cages. You can get them from Amazon, they're available in my Amazon store, and they're much cheaper, and despite being what you'd call off-brand, we feel they're much better in terms of quality. There are some niggles when building them, like with all these cages, but they're generally very good. So I know you guys are very excited to see what we've done with the cage, so I'm going to give you a tour throughout the full cage and we're going to get started with that right now. Let's take a look at the boys in their cage and I'll give you a tour through the cage. Let's start by panning from top to bottom so you can see it in its entirety. Now, this is a Tech cage. We used to recommend Liberta Oregons. However, we can't really do that anymore because they don't really survive much wear and tear and they're quite expensive what they are. These Tech cages are much better, they're much cheaper, and with apart from a few small niggles, we really like them and we've basically upgraded all our birds to be in them because they just are just generally a lot better basically. If you'd like to check them out for yourself, they are available in my Amazon store. But anyway, let's do a quick pan through the outside. We've transferred their old sort of like training perch from the old cage onto the top, so it's perfectly fine. Pop that up there. Got a couple of doors, very useful for getting them in and out and playing. Got a base, and then we've got a little storage shelf down the bottom. So let's do a little tour of the cage. We're going to open up this door. Sorry boys, I know you're a bit sleepy, but everyone wants to see what your home is like. So let's have a look. First of all, at the top, our usual stainless steel bowls on either side. We like to have one bowl for each resource per bird. So obviously we've got 2 birds in here, so it's 1 water dish, 1 food dish per. Also in the top third of the cage, we have a lovely set of perches down the back. So there's lots of sleeping options, lots of perching options, lots of different diameters and thicknesses for the boys to enjoy and generally exercise their feet on. At the front, we have a nice custom-made perch by the Natural Bird Product Company, just so they have that lengthways perch at the front because we know they're used to it and they enjoy it, plus they seem to be more comfortable with it. So let's look at the toys now, fellow fish. We got this lovely toy from Northern Parrots. Again, thank you Northern Parrots, much appreciated. It has a combination of things that they enjoy. So it has a nice sisal rope, has the woven balls, it has like the pencil shavings, and it also has a bit of hardwood in the middle because our boys have been really good at chewing their hard wood recently, so they like a bit of variety in their textures. In the corner, a lovely perch toy where a chip's just modelling in front of it. Lots of natural materials, lots of fun. Down the back, we've got a toy made out of balsa and other bits that Sophie made at home. Again, nice and easy. And then another Northern Parrots toy, the Cork Master. I love the name of it, and the boys really love the Cork Master. They just love chewing natural cork, and once they're done with that, they tend to destroy the wood as well. So that finishes our tour for the top level. So let's go down to the mid-level, and we've got lots of nice things here. We've got a nice sisal rope, which is connected from about midway to the bottom third to give them lots of options to climb up and down. We've got their old platform perch because I absolutely love that, and a nice natural toy next to it with finger traps and balsa. Again, another Northern Parrots favourite. You can see the theme. They love their pencil shavings, they love their woven balls, so we had to bring that back for this cage as well. and a nice thick perch for them to sit on while I destroy it. One of my personal favourites here is Mr. Robot. I really like Mr. Robot. It's got lots of different things going on in it. It's got lots of cork, it's got some hardwood, it's got some sort of vines you can pull out, it's cardboard, it's all mostly natural. The only things we removed is the eyes to make it safe, but it's a really, really nice toy and gives them lots of fun things to do. Then just on the edge is just a little bit of Planet Pleasures sort of woven material, and then the emoji toy, which again Chip really enjoys. Again, it's really important to try and use the whole cage space, have lots of things going on at all levels, and encourage your birds to explore it and enjoy it, because if there's no motivation to go to these levels, why would they want to bother? You want it to be lots of fun and really enjoyable. Again, like a bedroom, big as you can make it, lots of amenities, lots of fun things to do in there. So I'm just going to pan back so you can see our sleepy boys, because they're very tired. It's been a big day changing over this cage, and they were very, very brave. And now look at them, they're very tired, so I'm going to let them nap while we carry on down. Also on the mid-level, we have this lovely sort of natural vine material. It's like a perch, and it's sort of multi-purpose. A lot of animals can use it, but we got one for these guys because we thought it would be a nice natural thing they can chew out and sit on. It's also attached a little bit different to the others. It's not sort of like a fixed attachment. It's a mobile attachment, so when they get on it, it exercises their feet and it moves a little bit, which is what would happen in the wild. It's a bit more natural and it's a bit more interesting for them. So let's go down to the bottom level now. We've done the mid-level. Let's open this door. I do love the fact it's got both doors here. It makes it so much easier to get in and out and do different maintenance things. So now we're at the bottom, and we've tried to populate this a little bit more sparsely initially, although we may add and change things up, because don't be afraid to change things in your parrot's cage. It's always going to be a learning experience. You're going to need to move things around and adapt them to their tastes. At the bottom we have this seashell. It's made out of mineral. It's perfectly ingestible by them. They can get some essentials out of it and they can enjoy destroying it. It's something they had in their old cage, but we got a slightly smaller one for this one because the other one was huge. And then next to it we have a palm leaf toy they can destroy, which you moved over from their old cage. Because while we got lots of lovely new toys from Northern Parrots, again thank you, we also tried to make it familiar by importing some of their old stuff as well, or making things similar. Because when you're transferring birds between cages, you want it to be different but the same if possible. So, you know, similar sort of setup but with some differences so they can enjoy that. Anyway, in the middle, another favourite, natural material. They love pulling out these sticks. They pull them out, they destroy them, and then they throw them all over the floor. Great for me to clean up. Not so fun really for me, but lots of fun for them. Finally, we have a nice platform perch made out of chewable material. They can destroy that. Oh dear, sorry boys. They can have lots of fun with that and shred it. And also it sort of makes a stepping stone from here to here, so they don't have to climb all the way down if they want to get down. Now you may ask, do they use this whole space? They already have. We've only just given them this cage, they've already been down to the bottom and enjoying it. And the main reason for that is we have substrate at the base, and our boys love substrate. It's easy chick. It's one of the best substrates we can get in the UK. It's bird safe, it's dust extracted, it's just generally really good, and we very seldom have any problems with it. They just love pecking through it. We sometimes give them foraging activities down there. We put a cuttlefish, some toys down there, and it's very enriching. And if you haven't considered substrate, I would highly recommend considering it for your bird, because generally most birds will enjoy it. And I know there's some scaremongering out there, and yes, if you use the wrong type or improperly stored substrate, it's bad, but I wouldn't say it leads to hormones or any issues as long as it's properly maintained. And by properly maintained, keep it dry. When you use it, pick it a couple of times a day, change it out once a week, and we've not had a single problem with ours at all. So let's go to the bottom before we do an overview. And at the bottom, we've just got a towel for cleaning, some snacks and treats, their dog training toy, which they love pecking through, and a really useful storage shelf, which we keep bits and pieces on. Overall, we're really happy with this cage setup. The boys seem really happy, although, as I said, they're a bit grisly now because I'm probably interrupting their nap time. So we're going to try and round this up and then let them get back to sleep. So just to summarise, if you're setting up a Cockatiel's cage, you want it to be as big and spacious as possible, just like these Yahitech cages. Aviaries would be ideal, but obviously most of us can't fit them in our houses. You want, for each bird, one bowl for each resource. So if you have multiple birds, you want multiple bowls. You want lots of perching options, both high up and down below. Lots of things for them to enjoy and shred and destroy. Ways to encourage them to explore, and just generally having just a nice fun setup with lots of fun things for them to do in there. I'd like to say a big thank you again to Northern Parrots for sponsoring some of the toys in these cages. It helped us pick out a few extra bits we may not have been able to otherwise, and it gave the boys a lot of extra variety in goodies, which we will expand upon as we learn about how they interact with this cage and enjoy it. So everyone, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this cage setup video or found some inspiration or use from it. If you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to leave them down below. But in the meantime, from me and two very content boys, take care and see you later.